Hello everybody and welcome to the Sauropod Squad. Here on the channel, our theme is dinosaurs, but our passion is for a variety of gaming, just like modded Minecraft. Today, guys, as I've been watching TV in my new section of the house up here. But today, guys, I want to show you guys all that I've been working on with the tree farm, and hopefully by the end of this episode, we're going to have all the woods and leaves and saplings, for that matter, for every wood type in our game here, included like all the modded wood and stuff like that. All of it's going to be automated and sent back to our building that we started building last episode, right? The log factory, or really the log storage, I suppose, is a better name for it. Yeah, we started building that last episode, and I will definitely finish it this episode. At least that's the goal. It's going to take a lot of stuff, but it's the goal. Alright, but here's my ride coming up. I need to grab some blocks to be able to get up on this. Let's just grab, like, whatever, like dirt here. Because I don't have a good station to get on the passenger side of here. So we're just going to kind of alley-oop and get on in. Alright, but let's ride this over to the tree farm, and I'll show you guys the progress that I've done out there. Alright, we have arrived, and you might already be able to see a little bit of chaos going on over there. Let's get out of here, and I'll show you guys what's up. You might remember from the previous episodes, we had one of these pods, if you will, one of these wood variants up and running, but now I have a full total of 12, so the whole thing isn't done. You can see over here still needs a bunch of work, but this side is pretty much working, and it's flowing all the stuff into the conveyor belts. Look at all that goodness. Look at all those wood types, all those different types of leaves, some sticks to boot, a few apples even. Look, there goes an apple. But yeah, let me show you guys kind of what we've got going on here. So a good example, we'll turn on the redwood one here. Oh, it's already going. So you can see here, these things, they spin, right? We've got the create mod going. What really is going on here is they're sitting on a mechanical bearing, which I can just right-click to stop or right-click to start, which is really good because we're going to be needing to turn these on and off based off of storage, right? We don't need all of these running all of the time. It's just a little obsessive. But yeah, we've got it going on that, and then this is a contraption. It's kind of like the trains, right? You glue it all together, and it becomes one big machine. The saws spin and chop down the trees when they automatically grow. And then we've got the ployers here set to saplings like this, and that will plant it through the blocks, which is kind of glitchy, right? But it's just the way it works. It's actually placing on this block. And then what I had to do that's a little bit different from over here is all these trees had to have a unique harvester setup up on top to get the leaves based off of where they grow. So if I grab some bone meal here, you can see when I grow a redwood tree, the leaves are at about that height, right? I didn't need to grab all of them. The harvester gathers like a few leaves as it goes by, and a few is fine, right? Because it automates it. That was a good view of chopping some of the leaves out. But yeah, harvests all of those, puts them in this chest, and then immediately gets put out in the portable storage interface into the smart chute, out the andesite belt funnel, and onto the belts, into the storage, to the train, and the log storage beyond. But yeah, as I back up here, you can see I had to do different setups for, different heights and different deploying for different trees. Each one was kind of a little bit of a puzzle to figure out. Like you see the birch and the oak they're a little bit lower. And then the blackwood here is a little bit taller. So I had to kind of center the harvesters so that I would get the most out of it. There's even a few problems happening. Like I got to come back to Cypress. It's not perfect. You see Cypress grew here, but it was unable to take out this section. Ow. So what I'm gonna have to do is take this deployer on the inside, and instead of planting trees here, I just have to plant cypress more on the outside. I also had to like extend the arm here is one longer because some trees like cypress, when it grows like 3 wide. The redwood was also kind of that way. So yeah, every tree is like a little bit of a puzzle, which was fun to try to set up. But yeah, we've got deadwood, we've got maple, we got birch, oak, redwood, blackwood, larch, and then we're having issues with Joshua tree. You see here, nothing's there. The problem with Joshua tree is it seems to drop less saplings than the other ones. It's not self-sustaining. So I'm really not sure what to do with the Joshua tree setup. I'm gonna have to come back and just figure it out. But it might just be that we get Joshua saplings elsewhere somehow, and then I come here and I just put a bunch in. It harvests what it can, and then, you know, that's just what we get out of the harvest. But yeah, and then we've got that all set up to the freight train out here, which comes around every once in a while. And I mentioned in the last episode, we're probably going to have to get a chunk loader, or Al and I are going to have to AFK together. One of us here loading everything, or like harvesting the farm, and then another person over at the storage, because both chunks need to be loaded for the vaults to work, really, in order for the train to pick up stuff, and in order for the train to drop off stuff, has to be loaded. And I know we can mess with, like, move spawn, because spawn's always loaded, and there's mods for chunks or whatever, but, whoops. But it is really just, it's as simple as just having 2 people AFK as well. So yeah, by the end of the episode, we might come back here. I might do it off screen just because it is a bit of tedious work. But yeah, that's the idea. All of these have unique systems to be built, and then we got to come through here and set up the conveyor belt. This whole side is very, very unfinished, but it is very nice to have all of these trees already working at the log storage. So let's go ahead and take the train back to the log storage, because I want to show you guys what Al has been working on the sorting side of things. Right, I worked to get all this farm set up. He worked on the back end where the train drops everything off, and we do have, according to his update to me, we do have everything sorting and being all set up. So let's go check it out together. Alright, so back at the building that we started last episode, and we'll hopefully finish this episode, our industrial looking log storage facility. I've shown you guys all of this, but if you take a look up at the Jade at the very top of the screen, it kind of gives you a preview of what's in here. But you can see all of the logs are being sent back. They're being put in stored locations, and I want to do something where, like, this is the redwood chest, right? So this will be redwood back here. Once I start building the walls and stuff and put in maybe the floor design or whatever, it's going to be themed around the type of wood that's in there. And then around this side, you can see that all of the excess stuff is actually being dumped into lava, so we can kind of watch what is being spit into the lava, which means, hey, this is excessive. We could probably go turn that specific farm off, which is very handy. We got to replicate that on this side as well, because this chest is still kind of sticking out into the wall, but hey, it's a messy construction site, right? But yeah, you can see over here we've got the saplings as well, and then we've also got the leaves for all of the different trees. And so I want to kind of, you know, make some, maybe this side will be gardeny, or have, like, I don't know, just some way to designate saplings and leaves, just kind of like the wood section is as well. But yeah, if you guys are curious about the super specifics on this whole thing, I welcome you guys to go check out Al's channel. He will definitely be making a video at some point in time that explains all of this, I am sure. But just from a base level, I'll hop into spectator mode real quick to show you guys what's going on, in case you haven't seen the last episode where I showed this off. Long story short, train drops off everything here, gets put into an item vault. The item vault spits it out onto the conveyor belts. They get spat up here. Up here is where we start sorting. Certain things go on this way, which I believe is the route for all of the logs, specifically. If they're not logs, they keep going along here until they reach these funnels, and based off what they are again, they get sorted into here. That gets spat down here into the system. There's more lava to destroy things, and it's a whole mess, but everything is going where it needs to go. Conveyor belts run everything along, and then as it gets to the back of each of these chests, these filters also say, hey, if this is willow leaves, then it goes in here. If it's not, keeps going along the route until it gets to the chest it needs to go to, or gets dumped into lava. So yeah, now that the storage system is 100% complete and ready to go, or 98% complete, I should say. This little section on the end still sticks out. But now it is up to us to complete this building and make it look nice and neat. But there is something I want to show you guys that I worked on all of yesterday as well. A little bit of a side mission, if you will. Let's hop back into spectator or survival here. I've been telling you guys that I've been inviting new people to the server, and currently we now have 5 people total. We've got me, we've got Al, aka Zobua. We've got my buddy Gally West, as well as my buddy Anonymous up in the north, and somebody new called Dr. Pepper PhD. He has joined us, and he is out in the south. And he said, dude, I want to live in the swamp. The swamps are cool. And I was like, all right, man. I know where a swamp is. And if you look at the map here, and we head south along here, all the way down here, you can see he's got a little bit of a settlement set up in the swamp. But to get there, I was like, bro, let's build a train. Because trains are awesome. Look at this line. You see this line that goes all the way through this forest? Yeah, it took us quite a while. But let's go on a little adventure, shall we? All right, down here waiting at the engineering station. I've got the train rolling up, and I actually want to catch the engine here. Let's go ahead and take this. I'm going to Grand Theft Auto this, this train real quick. If I can just get you, sir, for a minute. Let's go ahead and drive this train manually. I am the captain now, once again. I want to take this train for a joyride, because this train is just the coolest one that I've got going. So if you can see here, if we start heading out south, I spend even more time in the train tunnels. Let's tell it to go right here off of its normal track. And this, guys, is out towards our quarry. I don't think I've shown the quarry for quite a while. So I'll slow down here as we get around it. Had to build the train tracks to go literally to bypass it, right? Because the train tracks want to go through it. But look at this. In fact, let's just stop here, and I'll give you a view out the window at the quarry. Look how far down it has reached. Can we get out of here? Oh, it's a little awkward and slanted, but ready? Oh, look at that. Oh, there's a shelf there too. For some reason, this section of the mod doesn't get. It's like FTB fluid oil or whatever. It doesn't get deleted by the core. It's like the only block for some reason. But yeah, this this is getting a little ridiculous. Our goal is bedrock, so you know, this thing just keeps going when we're in the area. I haven't AFK'd here in a while, but I'm thinking about it. These storage chests also need a boost because they're getting quite full, and we're about to start getting to the good stuff down there. Now, I still think the digging contraptions that I've been using in our mines, I do think they're kind of a little bit better than this quarry. The quarry, I mean, it's great, but it's honestly, it's like less blocks than the machines give us, which is kind of strange to say, but those machines are really, really good. All right, but let's get back on the road here and loop our way around the quarry, because as soon as we get out here, it gets to a really, really cool area. This is our first time on the server having train tracks that are actually out in the wilds. Dr. Pepper and I worked for quite a while, like I said, to set him up. And you can still see some of the leaves are still despawning, and some of them need to be trimmed more to look nice. We really just wanted it to be functional, because he wanted to live in a swamp, but he also wanted to, you know, live close and be connected to all of us. But this route's kind of cool. It's hard to make it look good without the camera just wigging out. Maybe I'll stand first person for us. But yeah, it goes by a lake, which is really nice, and eventually gets all the way down to his swamp. But yeah, I am realizing as we go through here just how many trees I clipped through. Definitely gonna need to clean it up. Okay, but then we arrive way down here. I want to stop early so I don't let me get out of the leaves. Stop early so I don't run into the other train that we have out here. But let me hop into spectator, and I just will show you guys real quick. The train route is awesome. It was a lot of fun to try to like work with the terrain, the topography, but also just cut through the trees or whatever. Trains are so much fun. You can see here the OG train and all of its quote-unquote glory is it's still out here, or it's still in progress, still being used, and I've got it out here. Eventually we're going to build a bridge up and over this to get to Dr. Pepper's area. And you can see here, he when we were first playing, he commissioned me to, he's like, can you just build me a little shack, like real quick one? I was like, sure. So I just built a little bit of a hut, and he's been, you know, doing day one Minecraft stuff, getting his chickens, getting his pigs. But out here it's pretty cool. There's like crocodiles and a bunch of stuff, monitor lizards. I don't know which ones he's killed and which ones he's kept alive, but they're yeah, they're out and about, and I wish I could find one. Yeah, here we go. Look at that. Monitor lizard. Pretty cool. And I bet you the crocodile was just around here. Massive catfish in the swamp. Yeah, I'm not sure. He must have killed his crocodiles, which makes sense. If he's living near crocodiles, that was probably a risky play. But yeah, that's his area. So we'll see, you know, maybe he'll make some dinosaur pens and stuff going forward in the future. But yeah, I really just wanted to show you guys the long train route because it's a lot of fun. Let's get back home. I need to start mass producing a bunch of materials that we're going to need for our building here. But I think, folks, it might be safe to say... Can you see me through the window? I think it might be safe to say... Oh, sorry, animals. Whoops. I think it's safe to say I think it is time for a time lapse. So everybody sit back, kick back, and relax. Grab a snack and enjoy the music. Let's finish this log building, shall we? Alright, folks, it is a completely different day for me in real life. I spent all night working on this, but check it out. It's all done. I guess I should hop in spectator, right, for a better view. Check it out. I'm pretty proud of it. I think it came out pretty well. Some things I kind of wish that I might have done is maybe added some variety in the windows. So, like, some of the windows could have been, like, shut. Some are, you know, they're all open right now, but I could have had some shut, some open, some damaged, whatever. But yeah, I had to like elevate this so the train doesn't hit it. I got a cool smokestack that I like. It's pretty cool. It's even got ladders so you can climb up top. And I did the whole trick with putting a campfire with some hay underneath it that you can't really see, but trust me, there's hay underneath it, which adds like an even bigger smokestack. Classic Minecraft trick right there. But yeah, come on in. I worked on the inventory as well. Basically, I decided not to do anything with the floor. I thought that might get too complicated, too busy looking. But what I did do is just kind of add some logs, some trapdoors, and some stairs based off of what type of wood is in there. So you just kind of walk up and, you know, you got wood on this level, wood on that level, and that's a hopper, but I know it's the top and the bottom. And then what I did is I chose blackwood for ones that I don't have the wood type yet. So, you know, you can see in here, these are empty. Once this starts getting filled with wood, I'll come back here and redo the color. So basically this side is pretty much done besides that corner, and then this whole side is the other like 12 or so wood types that we haven't made yet. Same thing over on this side. It's kind of replicated. It's just mirrored. So the oak starts over here, then spruce, then larch, then blackwood, then birch, then willow, then redwood, then Joshua, Moab, maple, palm, cypress, dead, etc. Right? And then I think what I'm going to do through here is out in front here, I'm going to have like a little garden area. Just imagine like just some dirt, probably like this, and I'll probably put you know, the oak trapdoors all around it, so that it looks like a little bit of a framing, and then I'll put the saplings on there, or maybe a leaf and a sapling, just so you can kind of see what it looks like. Or maybe I'll design it out a little bit more. Not really sure. Haven't gotten there yet. Also, my God, have I been spending this entire time while building just getting rid of these turtles. They are absolutely non-stop. If you look at the mini-map, you see all those white dots. Yeah, besides the one fly, they're all turtles. It's absurd. And then originally we were thinking about 2 staircases going up to the top, but I realized that the top it's pretty much, you know, it's just the conveyor belt sorting system, so I actually kind of hid it back here. I'm thinking I might even add like a little bit of a wall structure here so you don't see this hopper mess back at the end. Get out of here. But yeah, up here it's just kind of like a little balcony look-down area where we sort everything. So up here is not very pretty, but I think that's fine. It's whatever, right? It's just the kind of back end of the building. What's really important are these 2 rooms to look good and for us to know what wood type is where. Also, on this side where the train kind of rolls in, I did also add just a little bit of some maintenance shafts, so if we need to come in here and adjust the filters, we have access to them without it being like too difficult to get to. And I did make these, which I think are cool. Andesite catwalks. You can just kind of walk up and over everything, and it's the right elevation for the train. Yeah, I need to use these more. I think this is a really cool addition to the Create mod. Create Deco, technically. It's an add-on to the Create mod that I added. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that goes on with this building. What we need to do now, guys, is head up to the workshop, actually, and make a bit more resources, bit more mechanisms, if you will, so that we can continue to get those last 3 tree types, and then all of the trees here should be done. Now, I am happy to say I I initiated Operation Manifest Destiny, just like the good old Americans back in the you know, manifestation era. I got rid of a ton of the bison. They're still up there on the mountain range for sure, and even these ones I cleared up to there. These ones are already starting to breed and kind of migrate their way back down. But yeah, I'm not kidding. I spent like an hour just running around with my bow and shooting them. You can see, however, my archery skill is 36, so that's kind of cool. Got that up and running. Now the biggest issue, yeah, like I keep saying, is just these eggs, man. These eggs and these turtles are absolutely everywhere. Look, one just hatched. Welcome to the world, little guy. Sorry, but you gotta go. But yeah, turtle problems non-stop. But let's go ahead and hop on in here to the workshop, and I will show you guys what we need to be making. I gotta mass produce a lot of things. I think there's leftover spruce slabs when we were making train tracks out to Dr. Pepper's place. But what we need, let me show you guys. Alright, here in my useful bag, I pulled stuff down here in the bottom to kind of give you guys an idea of what we have and what we still need. I did mass produce a lot of these before, so we're actually pretty good on most things here. We've got 34 deployers, right? We're going to need 24 of them. It's 2 deployers for each, and we're making 12 new tree bays. We're going to need a lot of these, like, I don't even know how many. It's something like, you know, 12 or 16 for each section, so we'll be making a ton of those. We do have the mechanical saws. Again, I'm not really sure. I guess I could calculate it. What, there's going to be 12 times, I think I use 6 or 5, depending on how wide the tree is. So we're going to need a little bit more of those. And then we do have plenty of portable storage interfaces. But luckily, this mechanical harvester is not actually that bad. So if we type in mechanical, you can see a lot of the mechanical parts here for the Create mod. And we need this one right here, mechanical harvester. So that one just takes andesite, alloy, it takes iron sheet, and it takes andesite casings. These 3 things I try to stay stocked up on. You can see I actually have 102 casings, which is awesome. And then in my the goods bag, I do actually have a bunch of iron sheets and a bunch of andesite alloy. But I do think I'll probably need to make more alloy, so I'll show you guys how easy that is. Since I've got a big stash, let's grab 3 of these. Actually, wait, I need to convert them into ingots, so I only need probably 1 of them. Let's, bam, make that a bunch of those. Take the excess, because I only need 3 of them, really. also clean this inventory up. It is looking kind of gross from all the building I did last night. I literally finished building the building and then logged off and was like, you know what? I will record the second part of this tomorrow morning when I am fresh. But yeah, it's these backpacks are so great. I've got pretty much a spot for absolutely everything. Also, if you guys were wondering, look at my, which you probably weren't, but I'm sure you anyway. Look at all the food I got. Look at this. Look at all that raw beef. There's proof that I killed all of the bison, as well as a decent bit of turtles. I actually need to collect a lot of coal, or charcoal at least, and put this in my auto-smelt upgrade for the backpack and get all of this cooking. But right now I'm still sitting on multiple stacks of cooked turtles, which is going to last me quite a while. Okay, but last thing we need to grab is more andesite, which I'm actually down to my last stack of 500 because I was using so much of it for slabs for the roof of the building over there. Look at all that andesite. But yeah, basically what we do here, guys, is we've got the mixer, and I've showed you guys the mixer before, but I've upgraded it in the sense that we've got 3 of them now, because andesite doesn't actually, you don't need to heat it to make the andesite alloy. You just throw in nuggets and the andesite, and it gets to work. So that right there will make me 3 stacks of the andesite alloy, which means we can come in here and make the mechanical harvesters. We're going to need a buttload of them. So andesite on the outside, sheets on the middle, and then alloy casings on the bottom. Well, let's make a stack, why don't we? Let's grab 64 of those. And in here we need 2 stacks of this, which we actually don't quite have, so I'm glad I'm making a little bit more. And then we'll grab 2 stacks of sheets. And what's great is in my block backpack, I've got a crafting table, so I can just go ahead and plop those where they need to go. And boop, have that, and bam, mechanical harvesters. And we'll get a little bit more alloy when it's finished. But that is the idea, guys. So I'm going to make a ton of these. Probably run this a few times to get a bunch of alloy, since that's what I'm running out of, and what I'm about to use a ton of. And then let's get on over to the tree farm area, because we got 12 more of those plots to make. Also, look out the back window, what I just noticed. We got some unwanted guests out there. Guys, Brood, I keep telling you people, the park is not open yet. Go home. Alright, back here at the good old tree farm. Still gotta work on Joshua Tree. Haven't really changed anything since I last showed you guys. But what I want to do is head on over here and start setting up the new bays. I also just realized I gotta come through here and do the whole conveyor belt line too. Which is actually going to require me to chop this out. So there's actually quite a bit of work to do that. But what I want to work with you guys is just show you how I make one of these and how all of this stuff goes. I kind of explained it right, but I'm going to give you guys a hands-on. So let's pick a cool tree that we can work on. Pine's pretty cool. Acacia is unique. Jungle, maybe a modded tree. What do we got over here? Dark oak, rubber wood. Ooh, let's do mauve, the purple tree. Yeah, mauve's an interesting one. We got 9 saplings. So let me grab the 9 saplings. What I usually do here is I like to build the towers out of the actual wood that it is harvesting, just cause, really. Just because I like doing that. So let's go ahead and grab some bone meal here out of the good old plants and bone meal. And we will grab one of these to be grown. Bam. And okay, so it's not that tall. It's actually grow too. I like to see kind of if there's any difference in how tall these grow. Nope, they look about the same size. Okay, so they're pretty much just like the oak and the birch, although it looks a little bit higher. So we're going to need the harvesters at about this level. So very, very simple, actually. Let's go ahead and chop these 2 down. Oops, that took out all the surrounding. I did not mean to do that. That was overkill. Sometimes this MMO add-on is awesome, and other times it is a little bit stronger than it needs to be. Alright, no harm, no foul here. So let's go ahead and take these logs and make them into the purple planks, which is going to be cool. And then the first step here is to draw this along this end, and I need 3 on this side, and then let's go get our components. So in the useful bag, let's just go ahead and drag down absolutely everything here. You can see I made not as many mechanical harvesters as I need, but those are easy to just keep replicating with the andesite being produced. Okay, so we need the portable modular goes right here, and we can actually get rid of this chest now. And then the deployers for this one is probably just the basic. I think I mentioned to you guys that like the cypress needs to be changed, the redwood was needed to be changed, but most of them just kind of work by going right here and right here. You don't want it to be too close to the turning bearing, because then the saws just don't really hit it at the angle. And then you want it to be on the outside here, just to give some space for the other tree, essentially. But like the Joshua tree needed to be these two, right? The cypress I need to move to be more towards the outside. So again, it's a whole little puzzle. But really, once we get those two, we can get the saws here out in front. And then I need the chest here. Boop, boop. And then all we need to do now is build up to where those leaves are, which were these two blocks. So let's go 1, 2, whoops. Rid of that later. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like those two, and then we'll just do a little bit of this out all the way. These leaves are actually going to be pretty nice. Purple leaves are kind of unique. I'm kind of digging that. All right, so that'll get most of that, and then on here we drop the mechanical harvesters. So we'll just go ahead, boop, 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 put all of these here. All right, and bada bing, bada boom. Get rid of this. That is the setup. Now, the last thing we need to do, I need to grab my super glue, which I always forget where I put it, if I'm honest. Oh, maybe I put it in my tools. Let's see. Is it hiding in the tools? It is hiding in the tools. All right, and then you just right-click here. I've shown this off with the trains, right? That's how you kind of like glue everything with the trains. You do that. You do that. Oh, these are facing the wrong way. Hold on. I need to take the wrench and spin them like this so they're facing down. There we go. And I also need to put the mauve in the filters so that it knows that that is what it's planting. And then the rest go in here. And now we can finish gluing absolutely everything together. So we'll do that. We'll do that. That gets all this chunk together as well as those. And then let's get this connected to that. And then finally, we can get this chunk of harvesters just like that. All right. And then we're all set. So that is the process that I went through for all of these. The last thing you do is just right click, starts auto planting, and if I help it grow, you'll see that it starts getting the leaves and it starts chopping it down. And then all of this is just going to store in the chest for now until I set up the conveyor belt system and give it the other portable interface to kind of dock with and connect with, and then, you know, spit it out the bottom and send it down the way. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make the rest of these, or at least make the ones we can, right? There's actually a few trees we still don't have. We still don't have cherry tree, oddly enough, and we don't have like alpha and a few other ones, but I can get most of them done, which is cool. So let me get that done. And just like that, I got them done. Although not all of them. I need to make a trip out to a dark oak forest, and I thought I had a jungle sapling. I don't know where it went. I obviously did, because I chopped down the jungle trees that were over here. It got lost in inventory. I'm not sure. I'm gonna probably have to go to a jungle to get the other jungle sapling to get that one done. That's all fine and dandy. We have almost every wood type in the game here, set up and running. I did also realize we are missing the 2 nether ones. It made me realize that when I was working on Skulk, which is absurd, by the way. Some of the natural generation of the way the Skulk trees grow is absolutely insane. I mean, it's obviously it's a modded tree, but yeah, you can see it grows that big, and like that's the leaves that are still trying to despawn. So Skulk trees are insane, but we still need the alpha tree as well as the bamboo tree, which I know are in the game, but we haven't found them yet. So, you know, it's going to take some exploring, but as soon as we explore, we will have the place set up for them to be automatically generated, which is awesome. You can also see down below me, I dug out the canals for the conveyor belts, but I have yet to actually put them in, and then we gotta set up to the train. There's still a few more things, but honestly, Al did that, and I have yet to set them up, so it's not that I don't know how, it's just that I haven't done it. So I'm gonna kind of wait later and do that at a future date. But yeah, everybody, this video is getting towards the time that I wanted to end, about 35 minutes or so. So I hope you guys have been enjoying it. I am very happy to have all of these tree types. It's gonna make, you know, building cool walls and cool floors and exhibits and stuff like that. It's gonna make that a lot cooler, just because I can use way more interesting woods, like that purple mauve, right? We can make like a purple, I don't know, darker cave area for the next area, which, guys, I'm happy to say, next episode is all going to be about the Ceratosaurus and that cave exhibit that I mentioned either earlier this episode or last episode. I get them all mixed up. It's all one big blur for me. Yeah, folks, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys are interested in maybe making your own Crete tree farm in the future and gather a little bit of inspiration from the crazy nonsense that we've got behind us. All right, folks, but I'm gonna let you get out of here. Thanks once again for watching, and if you've enjoyed the show, subscribe, like, join our Discord. All the information about the mods and everything is down below in the description, as well as Al's channel if you want to go over there and see kind of some more of the technical side of this mod. But yeah, folks, until next time, I've been Jan. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace!